A new read one leaked. Time to look into the past. T30 Sky-Byte. Released in the year 2014 in the Voyager class of toys, this version of Sky-Byte is inspired by his re-2001 self, but it's supposed to be a reimagined version of himself with some bits taken from his IW incarnation. I already described Sky-Byte's personality in my ancient review of re-2001 one, but in short, massive Megatron fanatic, loves sea shanties and poetry, and tries to be evil but has a golden heart. From what I know, his IDW incarnation was similar, mostly in sharing his interests in art. Even his bio on the back of the box is written in a form of a haiku. Sky-Byte's toy stands at around 22 cm tall, which is a big contrast to his original toy, as Mega Class Sky-Byte was really wide and stout, and Voyager 1 is tall and lanky, but I feel this size works better with what they are trying to do. In original, Sky-Byte's body felt kinda smothered between his giant wings. This design relegates some of the shark mode mass to his arms and legs. Sadly, them being made from panels makes them a bit more hollow. Sky-Byte's toy is molded in blue, orange and grey, with some bits painted in turquoise, keeping the deep ocean with corals vibe the original one had. But it changed one massive issue I had with the original toy. The shark head now doesn't dangle off his ass. Instead, it's integrated into the fox head on his original chest, turning the pink scars into actual shark eyes. I feel it's a great design choice. True, the Predacon crystal in the middle now looks a bit goofy, like a clown nose or a zit, but not having a whole shark maw as a cape makes the toy look much better. Since we're talking about eyes, let's look at the head sculpt. And it's still Sky-Byte's nasty mug. Sadly, it's missing the DreamWorks smirk. This version sadly doesn't come with any accessories. His blaster was moved onto his arm, the fin knives are now unremovable pieces of his skirt, and he only came with a missile that can be mounted on his anchor arm and can be shot out without pressing this button. Sadly, whoops, I didn't have the rocket on hand. But it's not the only gimmick related to his left arm. As the box proudly states, just like the original toy, it can rotate, but instead of a gear rotated mechanism in the elbow, it's operated by pushing down this button. In articulation department, Sky-Byte can rotate his head, both arms can rotate in shoulders, both arms can bend and rotate in the elbows normally, and you can slightly mistransform his right arm to curl the arm more. His right arm has a hinged hand with an individual finger, while his tail fins can be extended outward like a pincer. His skirt flippers are mounted on ball jointed struts. Legs have a really basic articulation, forward, back, side to side at the hips, rotation the thighs, knee bend, a slight mid-transformation allows him to bend a little bit more, and feet are hinged. Sky-Byte is nicely articulated with the ability to pull off many cool poses. Thanks to a movable thumb, he can even hold loads of accessories. Also, the way the back wings are mounted allows for many different display options. Let's move on to the alt mode, and this version of Sky-Byte transforms much nicely. There's less paint and chrome to chip all over. The playability here is a giant plus. In his alt mode, Sky-Byte turns into a cyborg bull shark with lovely painted mechanical details. True, it's missing some of the pinks and greens of the original toy, but has a lovely gradient on his gills, deep red on his hypnotic eyes. He also has his genitals painted in gold. Yeah, years after I made the review of re-2001 Sky-Byte, a friend of mine told me these fins on Sky-Byte's underside are called claspers, and they're used for mating in real life sharks. I had to know it, so now you too. Silver Soy Shelf is fun and educational. In articulation, Sky-Byte can open and close his jaw, rotate his fins, and hinge in tail? If you remember, the original Sky-Byte was permanently bent in one shape, giving him the simplest movements is a huge step up. The rotating anchor arm gimmick works also in this mode as a tail rotor, but its biggest issue, just like the original one, is it's a fish, so without a stand that can be pegged to the pod, you'll just kind of flop onto your shelf. So in my final opinion, I love this toy, not only just as a Voyager class figure, but a great update to Sky-Byte's design. Not already mentioned, it's much more playable, there are fewer parts to pop off, fewer details to be damaged, and the best part? It's really cheap. I often see him on eBay for like 20 quid, which is a fine price for a 10-year-old Voyager in today's economy. so I'll for sure recommend him to anyone if they want a Re-2001 or Idol representation on their shelf. Maybe you have much more cash, you can shell out extra money on Legends Shark, who is the same toy but with an extra crisp paint job. Thank you all for watching, remember to like, subscribe and check out all my other videos. And don't forget, isn't it weird that they never made a translator to Cyber Shark of this mold? Do you know any other examples where a Red Echo overtook the original in popularity? Comment below. Bye!